to success. To help Sandra and every ambitious genius like her fulfill their dream, we present to you one of the best open houses on Screen Printing. Welcome to Automate to Elevate. My name is Mojisola Bashir. Today we'll be talking about speed, consistency, quality, and quantity. What else can deliver these and much more, if not M&How Global and DCC? With me in the studio today is Akin Oduwole, Managing Director, Technology Global Services Limited. On the other end, I have Ashley Modi and Vinay to take us through this beautiful open house. Welcome. I welcome all the guests to Automate to Elevate. Akin, how excited are you today?
I'm very excited to be here, guys. Very, very excited to be here, guys. Always excited to do this together with you. Please mute yourself and try to encourage your colleagues to join in as quickly as possible because today is going to be very, very, very exciting. Okay, so both technology and methodology must keep evolving. Let's look at the yellow taxis. Because they have a structure, but they have refused to evolve. Ubers of this world have taken over, basically. So what we're saying is there's a need to always evolve. There's a need to always deploy the right technology. Otherwise, you will lose the market and lose credibility. Let's look beyond Sandra and her Guinness Book of World Record blunder and stunts that has played out in the past week. This open house is sending out a message, and this message is for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And we hope this open house will meet that ambition of automating your screen printing processes. So we've set up two studios, one here in Lagos with Moji and I sitting in Lagos. And then there's another studio in India where Vinay Nichani, the sales director of M&R Global DCC, and Ashil Modi, my friend, the product manager, sitting in India. So this is going to be a combination of all of us trying to pass a message. And before we go on, there will be question and answers at the end. And then I will invite Ashil to talk about the M&R Global concept, and then it takes us into his presentation on how to automate to elevate in this season. Ashil, over to you.
Over to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Akin, for the warm introduction. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Right. So as Akin already said, I work as a senior product management at M&R Global DCC, and we have started this venture about 3 years back with M&R as a joint venture, and we've had tremendous success so far. So what I'll do right now is I'll walk you through the entire product line and the different processes that we follow, and then we can have a Q&A session, as Akin said, after the presentation. You can start typing in your questions in the Q&A section in the meeting, and then we can discuss about it. Yes, right. So Akin, can you confirm if you can see the presentation as well?
Yes, we can.
All righty. So as I said, so M&R Global was formed in 2020. So it's a strategic alliance between the company M&R in US and DCC Group in Mumbai. So in 2020, DCC Group, that is us, we acquired a local domestic company in India called Grafika. And after that, we did a joint venture with MNR. And we now distribute and manufacture screen printing machineries across the entire globe. So this is our production facility. So this was the first building that we had in December 2020. Eventually, as the business grew, we shifted to another building. As you see, this is the first building. Then we added one more building to it. And right now we are on process to add the third building in the same production area. So we will have a total of 6 manufacturing divisions in the same region. So these three will assembly areas, and then we also have other processes like laser cutting and welding, CNC machining, etc. So these are just some internal pictures of our factory. Well, you may be thinking that this is not a factory because it is clean. It may be a showroom, but no, this is not a showroom. This is actually our factory, and this is how we, maintain all our products. And this is the quality that we give out to the customers. So if you see, we have all these processes like laser cutting, welding, and CNC machining. All of these processes are done in-house. So we have a complete, control of all the processes. So the basic raw material, that is metal, comes in into our factory, and the finished good goes outside the factory. So basically we have all the controls, which is why we can maintain the top-notch quality of the products that we distribute. So this is the ISO certificate that our manufacturing plant has. So this is an international certificate that so far no other screen printing manufacturer in the world does not have it. Only we have this. It gives a testament to the quality of the product that we are machining. As you see, it is an ISO 9001 standard certificate. This particular certificate is for the quality management systems. So, and this certificate you do not get very easily. You have an external agency that does an audit into your factory every 6 months. And only if they find your, processes to be in line with their standards, they give you the certificates. So most of our products that we build also have the CE and UL certificates. Again, these are international certificates, which add a lot to the quality of the product, because in order to achieve these certificates, you have to make a lot of changes to the machines. That also adds to the safety of the machines. So we can quickly go through the 8 reasons for you to buy any of our products. So as we already spoke, that the quality of the machine is very high. And this is because we have the factory that we build the machines have the ISO certificate, which is why this is the #1 reason why you can consider it over other competitors. The other point is about compatibility with the MNR equipment. So for instance, if you have any MNR equipment, let's say you have a cruiser and you have some pallets on the cruiser. So since we are jointly linked with MNR brand, you can have the pallets which are compatible on the cruiser, which are also compatible on our machines. So the compatibility factor adds a lot for you to buy these machines. The other one is quick delivery. Compared to our competitors, we offer a very competitive lead times. If you give us a good forecast well in advance, we can also have the lead time as low as 4 to 6 weeks. but we can, confirm it at the time of, you closing the order, but it can be as low as 4 weeks. So after this meeting, we will send you a few videos of the machine in operation. But this is one of the biggest, factors that we have. All our machines are extremely quiet in performance. So when these machines index, these automatic machines usually, make a lot of noise, which is not very pleasant for working. So once we send you the videos, you will be able to, see for yourself how quiet these machines are. The other point was about the pricing. We are very much competitive if you compare with any other brand in the market, be it SRock or KTK, MHM. These machines are fairly competitive when you compare it with these machines. And at the price point that we give and the features that we give, there is no comparison with the other brand manufacturers. The next point was on the production speed and the unique features that we have. So again, once we send you the actual videos of these machines, you will be able to see the productivity of these machines, which is a lot higher than the competition. And we have some really cool features into the machine and that are patent pending. For instance, we will through this presentation, we will look at a few of these features, which is the advanced programming features and the squeegee pressure equalizer system. These are two patent pending, systems that we have. So as I said, it's just been 3 years since we started this joint venture. And in these 3 years, we have more than 750 machines sold across the globe. So they have gone into different continents. We have machines in more than 25 plus countries. So within just 3 years, there is a lot of install base already across the globe. In the video links that we send, we will also send you some, testimonials from the customers from different parts of the world. So, that will also help you to relate what kind of customers are preferring and for what reason are they preferring these machines. So the QC standard is one more point, for which we are very proud of. So no other manufacturer assembles the machine before they send it to the customer. At our factory, we assemble each and every machine and then do a testing on it. There are different types of testing. So one of them is a print testing. So we print on all the machines that we send to customers in both clockwise and counterclockwise direction. And then we save those printed samples. So this is very important in terms of, from a customer point of view. So we do this to all the machines that we ship across. Then we index the machine for a minimum of 5,000 cycles just to check if there is any breakdown. We also call it the breakdown testing. So this is done to all the machines that we ship out just to add an extra step to the quality standards that we maintain. So this summarizes the points of how we are different from the competitors. We will have a look at it through this presentation. So as you see, this list, this is the list saying that all the products that we made are made using global components. So it is assembled in our factory in India, but it is made using components which are sourced from the best countries in the world. For instance, if you see the bearings are from Japan. So Japanese bearings are the best in the industry in the entire world. So we source it from these companies from their region and then we assemble it in our factory. So no other brand manufacturer will give you this list upfront because they may be using other cheap Chinese components, but we have given this list. It is also available on our website, and we are very proud to give this list out because it adds to some quality into our product. So the overall mechanical design of our machines is very robust. If you see, we are using a lot of structural steel and fabricated steel. Because of that, the life and longevity of the machine increases a lot, and the machines are very robust and vibration free. Because to operate these size machines, it takes a lot of power. So the base of the machine needs to be very strong. So this is something that we have mastered, and we have had great feedback from the customers. So this talks about our patent pending squeegee pressure equalizer system. So from a customer point of view, uh, uniform pressure is very important because while printing, it's very essential that the printing pressure is uniform from front to back and from left to right. So what we have done is we have as I said, it's a patent pending system. We have a system that automatically balances your printing pressure while you are printing. So let's say your palette is not leveled from left to right or from front to back. What this system will do is it will automatically, adjust those inaccuracies and apply equal pressure. So because of that, the number of strokes that you would ideally use would reduce, which will also lead to lesser ink consumption. And while you increase, generally what you do when you don't achieve the required pressure is you increase the number of strokes or you increase the pressure. But while doing that, you also loosen out on the sharp details of the prints. So this design will also ensure that you do not loosen out on the sharp details of your prints. So again, to our structural steel, we do a lot of welding to add to the robustness of the machines. Generally, what you will see is to reduce cost, people use nuts and bolts, and then over time it starts to loosen out, and then the machine starts to vibrate and make noise. But we spend a lot of time and use the process of seamless welding to our joints to make it more stronger and last longer. So we have a lot of smart programs in all our machines, right from the smallest machine to the largest machine. We have all these programs within the machine. So as the machine and the presentation progresses, I will show you these programs. So for instance, we have a mode called print stack mode. Uh, so what this mode does is you might be aware about high density printing. So usually people do these kind of prints in multiple rounds of printing. But in our machine, since we have this mode, you don't need to do it in multiple rounds. It can be done in one round because the palette has the capability of revolving in the counterclockwise direction. So what it will do is it will print on head number one, then it will go and flash under this flash. Then instead of going all across and coming for the second round, it will rotate in counterclockwise direction and come again for the printing of the same design on the same head. So this will save a lot of productivity. I mean, a lot of time and increase your productivity. Likewise, we have a lot of other modes. Like one mode we have is called the idle mode. So this mode is used to before printing. Usually the operators have the tendency to preheat the palettes. So to do that, they bypass all the printing heads and then they switch on all the flashes. So that takes a lot of setup time. So what we have done is on the main screen, we have added a mode called idle mode. If the operator clicks this, it will automatically bypass all the print heads and turn on the flashes. So it will save a lot of setup time, and it will allow the operator to easily set up the job before production. We also have the revolver mode in case the operator does not feel free to use the print stack mode. We have a revolver mode for high density printing, so they can set up the high density prints on this screen. For instance, they can have the head one print on the first round, and the second round they can click one over here and it will be automatically set up. So this is conventional method which all other machines like ROQ machines or even MNR machines has. So we have still retained it for the ones who are comfortable with that. But again, we have changed the user interface and this is much more friendlier to understand. So another mode that we added is called the maintenance reminder mode. So this mode automatically alerts the operators for when the scheduled maintenance is due. So after every 100,000 prints, it automatically alerts the operators and gives a pop-up notification on the HMI to do the respective maintenance along with the pictures and procedures. So this helps to prevent the breakdown maintenance if the scheduled maintenance is done properly. So these are just some images of what kind of maintenance is to be done with the frequency of the intervals of when it's to be done. All this is there on the HMI itself, so they do not need to access any manuals and search for anything on the website. Everything is there on the panel itself. This thing is also there on the smallest machine, as small as a Pro Mini. So as we spoke that, the machine has the ability to rotate in both direction, clockwise and counterclockwise both. The operator do not need to do any change in the settings of the machine. All he has to do is just click on a button on the touchscreen control panel, and then the machine will rotate as per the suggested direction. So this is the smallest machine that we have. It's called Copperhead Pro Mini. It's a single phase, completely electrical machine, a plug and play machine. So if you see, it has a lot of variety of applications. Anything that you have which is flat, it can be used for promotional printing. The speed is as high as 2,160 pieces per hour. But I'm sure no operator can load at such high speeds. But being such a small machine as well, this machine is very high in speed. So if you see, there are so many applications. This was popularly created to print on tagless neck labels. But eventually our customers found a lot of use cases for this machine. So you can print on socks, you can print on swimming caps, or shoulder or neck logos. Recently, one of our customers has also found a very good application, which is printing on baby garments. So if you have a market for that, you can consider that application as well. And if you have any other, custom application request, our designing team can take a look at those application and we can try to devise some specialty palette for that application. As we spoke, this is a completely electrical machine, so you do not need any compressor. The competitor machine called ASP that is available in the market, that needs a compressor. So you need to purchase a compressor, which adds on to the cost of the machine and makes it very, very expensive. This machine is shipped from our factory in a plug and play and a ready to install condition. So you do not have any hassle of getting the machine and installing it through any technician. It's just ready to plug and print. So the next machine that we have is called Copperhead Pro Max. promotional series, but it's a bigger in print area. The first machine that we saw was 15 by 15 centimeters print area, the Pro Mini. And the next one, which is Pro Max, it is 36 by 34 centimeter in print area. So this machine, a lot of customers are using this machine to print on tote bags and other promotional items because the print area is higher. In fact, you can also use this for printing on small t-shirts. It is available in an 8-station format, and you can choose between 2, 3, and 4 colors. The flash unit is available as an in-head flash. We provide one flash with the machine, and you can, keep adding more flashes, up to 3 flashes. As you see, the speed of this machine is also very high. It is 1420 pieces per hour, which again, I'm sure no operator can, no load at such a high speed. So the next machine that we have is called the Copperhead Flex Plus. It is an entry-level machine available in a base format as an 8-station 4-color, and you can go up to 6 colors in that. This is a very popular printer for someone who is planning to shift to automatic printing from manual printing. And this is very popular for t-shirt or, garment printing. The print size is 16 by 20 inches, and the frame size supported is a 23 by 33 inch frame size. Since this is a entry level press, there are some options available, which is the flash cure units and the additional print heads. You can also add laser registration guide and optical no-shut detector as an optional items. Again, this machine has same programming features as any other machines that we have on board, be it the bigger machines or the smaller machines. We have not compromised on the quality in spite of it being a entry level machine. The speed also of this machine is 700 pieces per hour, so it's not very less. I think it's decent for someone who is shifting from manual to automatic printing. So as you can see, even in this machine, we have the patent pending squeegee pressure equalizer system. All the other features are very similar to all our textile presses. Again, the same list of smart programs that we just saw, it is also available in this machine. The next machine that we have is the Copperhead Rival. So this we have from 8-station model up to 14-station models. So you have multiple options to choose from. Again, this is very popular for t-shirt printing, and this is a high-speed printer. So the major difference between the Flex Plus and the Rival is the speed and the available options. This can go up to 14-station 12-color options. As you see, we have these machines now available in single phase as well. So if you have, one phase supply in your factory, we can provide these machines and the flashes in single phase as well. The speed of the Copperhead Rival is 1160 pieces an hour. That's almost 96 dozens per hour. So as you can see, there is a lot of difference in the speed of Flex Plus and Rival. Then we have the large format presses. I can quickly just run through the available options that we have. And then once you have some, interest in them, we can discuss further. So recently we launched the Copperhead Speedmaster. This is a 50 by 70 print format machine. It is available up to 20 stations. As you see, since it is a servo-driven machine, it has a servo-driven indexing system. The speed of the machine is 1200 pieces an hour, so it's quite high. Then we have the oval machine range where we have the Copperhead Intel, which is a print flash print configuration. Again, the print area is same, 50 by 70 centimeters with a speed of 800 pieces an hour. Then in the same print format, we have the Copperhead Icon machine, which is a print flash cool configuration. So a lot of customers prefer two open stations after the print head, which is how this is the major difference between Intel and Icon. Again, the speed is similar. The major difference was the print head configuration. And then we have the Copperhead Charge, which is the air forced electric dryer. Now this dryer can be used for curing plastisol, water-based or DTG inks. It's a forced air conveyor dryer, and we have a unique radiant panel heating technology, because of which the temperature inside the heat chamber is very uniform. Again, the smaller dryers, which are 20, this dryer is available in 4 belt widths, starting from 24-inch and goes up to 60 inches in belt width. And we have different heat chamber lengths. So for the smaller dryers, you can have this dryer in 6 and 12 feet of heat chamber. And for the bigger ones, that is 48 and 60, you can have it in 8 and 16 feet of heat chambers. As you can see, the design that we have for Charge, it allows of up to 95% of air to be recirculated back into the heat chamber. So this is again a very great feature to have because it reduces the electric consumption a lot. Another feature that we have on the Charge is the simplified maintenance. Because dryers need maintenance, we have made sure that the maintenance points and features that we have are very easy to access. So for instance, the nozzle panel is below the Charge dryer, and it is very easy to access and clean out those filters regularly. We will send you the videos where you can, have a look at how easy it is to maintain the dryers. Again, for the belt, we have the patented Patriot belt system with the SureTrack roller system, which helps us to achieve and keep the belt in the same place. All right, so that covers the entire, gist and summary on the MNR Global product line. And we would love to know your feedback and see if you have any questions that we can help you with.
Thank you so much, Ashir. Thank you very much, Ashir. So you can drop your questions in the quick Q&A chat room, or if you have our numbers, Moji or I, you can also send to us. I see that someone already sent a question here asking when do I switch? Please, as you come in, just unmute yourself, please. As you come in, unmute yourself, so we can have meaningful discussion. Mr. Adewale and Mr. Akeju, please unmute yourself. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself, Mr. Adewale. Mr. Adewale, Mr. Akeju, please mute yourself. Admin, can you mute everyone, please? So someone is in the car. Good. Okay, so thank you for muting. So the question says, when do I switch from manual to automatic screen printing machine? When? So possibly this person has some manual machines. He wants to know when to switch. Over to you, DCC.
Okay, so the right time to switch is when you have a minimum order, like if you want to print a single design of at least 150 to 200 pieces. And if you have 600 to 800 pieces in a day to print, that's the best time to switch. And then your ROI would be somewhere in between to 8 to 10 months. The return of investment would be 8 to 10 months, whatever you invest. Minimum one design, 150 pieces, and at least 800 pieces to print in a day.
Have any question?
Yes, someone just sent in a question. He said, can it print on ABS?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's asking if the Copperhead Speedmaster can print on ABS.
ABS material.
ABS. So we can try. What kind of a material you said? ABS. Is that some kind of?
Yes.
Leather kind of.
Okay, so maybe what we can do is, we get these kind of custom requests. Usually for these kind of requests, we ask the customer to send us the samples at our factory and the type of design and ink that they want to print on. And once we are done with the trials, we can, confirm for sure if, it can be printed. Usually, machines do not play any role to find out the compatibility between the ink and the substrate, because screen printing machine will just lay down the ink from the frame to the substrate. So if your substrate is compatible with the ink, then then the machine can print it. But to support the customer, we can try it for ourselves at our factory if the customer can give us the samples.
Okay, so Mr. Customer, send us some samples. We will send and we can test this. Someone is asking price range, please. Someone wants to know what the price range of the equipment is.
So pricing, I think, Mr. Akin, maybe after this seminar, you can reach out to the customers to discuss on their specific needs, because the machines we have start ranging at $15,000 and go as high up to $200,000. So based on their requirement, we can discuss it further and narrow it down to their needs.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I see that. Right. So because there's so much range of the equipment, it's difficult to know which machine you're talking about and which price. So we'll engage after this to know what specific need and then what pricing. Mrs. Ojora, I see your hands up. I'm sure you don't want to type the question. Maybe you want to speak about it. So please unmute yourself and ask your question, ma'am. Patricia Ojora, please unmute and ask your question.
Okay, as we wait for Mrs. Ojora to unmute herself and ask the question, another question came in just now. There are lots of automatic machines out there. Why should I buy him a now machine?
Right. Did you get that?
No, if you can just.
Mr. Akin, can you?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, let me ask him. So the customer is asking that there are so many brands of automatic machine out there. Why should I go for the M&R Global machines? Why?
Okay, there's a very valid question. And if you've gone through the presentation, we've elaborated on many things. First of all, M&R is the largest producer of M&R screen printing machines in the world. If you see, we have the maximum installations in US, Europe, and across the globe, and especially Asian markets also. The machines that we produce in India are ISO certified, which no other competitor has the certifications. We are CE and UL certified for US markets, appropriate for US and European markets. The best part that you can consider is that the pricing factor. Now that the production is happening in India, we are very competitive in terms of pricing and also service. See, we've been a dealer to MNR since last 25 years. We were a dealer ourselves. We know the pain of other competitor machines, what issues they were facing, and we have rectified all those issues in the new Copperhead series that we have launched.
Okay.
Hello, Akim.
Yes, Ma,
Hello?
we can hear you now. We lost
Yeah,
you,
sorry.
Mrs. Ojo.
Yeah, sorry, my chat isn't working. I'm not sure why, so I couldn't send the question. Thank you very much,
Okay,
guys,
super.
for the presentation. It was very good. I wanted to find out, can you explain more about the Trilock system, just in a bit more detail, how it works to make up a faster setup time? Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me try to share one video, and let's try to see if you guys can view that video, and after that I will explain the system. Just a moment.
We're on the chat.
Artificial intelligence.
Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, now we can check.
Okay, I'm playing the video and then we can quickly, walk through this system. So if you see this, MNR USA already had a system called Trilock. What we did with the Trilock is we came up with an advanced version of it. We call it the Trilock I. So the major difference between Trilock and Trilock I is the pre-press part of the system. The earlier version of the Trilock system, the pre-press version of it, it was very difficult for the operators to, understand the system. So what we did is we made a very simple process. We call this table as the light table, and the operator has to, in the first step, they have to place the screen on this table, and then they have to lock it from all these three sides. So basically, once you lock the frame, then you have this central light, and over this light, there is a calibrated scale. So the operator has to align his positive onto this scale. So if you know that, all the positives has a plus registration mark. So all the operator needs to do is align that plus mark to the reference of this calibrated scale. So if you see, he's using a watch glass and trying to align the plus mark on the positive with the plus mark on the screen on the table. So once this part is done, he will replicate it for all the screens. So here we are making sure that the positives are aligned on a pre-press. So the references on all the screens are common. Now the next step is to get these screens aligned on the machine. So now you have to remove the existing palette, and And then we provide a on-press palette, which is called the on-press Trilock registration palette. You load it inside and then you can lock it. So now once you lock it, then you can get that palette under a printhead. And then with the reference of these three holes, the block references, you can touch it to those points and then lock the screen. So once you do that for all the frames, you will make sure that the screens are perfectly aligned on top of each other. So you have to do this on all the printheads. So basically MNR already had a system. What we did is we went one step ahead and tried to make it even more simpler. I also have one more video to share for your reference. So we wanted to, check for our own reference, how long does it take to set up? So we did a ultimate test where we took a 5-color job and using only one operator and one print design, we tried to clock the entire video. So I'm just trying to skim through the video to show you the end result. So everything, including the ink and accessory setup and the preheating of the palettes and then setting up the job, everything was included. We will send you this video after the seminar. So it took us around 12 minutes to get, 17 minutes to get the test printer sample out of the machine. So it is as low as that. You can go even lesser if you have more operators and more skill in using the system. We have done it in 12 minutes as well. We are soon going to launch that video as well.
I think that was what Sandra needed, not the manual
Not the
machine.
manual machine.
Okay, thanks a lot. So we have a question here that says, what is the future advantage of M&R machines to the global AI robotic production? AI is artificial intelligence. And then there's another one, I think we can take the two together to save some time, which says, so did you get the first one, guys? Did you get it? What is the future advantages of M&R machines to the global AI production? Okay, so the second one says, where is that? Sorry. Okay, do you have trainings for operators on site and at your factory or at your factory in India? So I would like us to take these two questions together.
Right. So to answer your second question first, all the machines that are installed by our team, we make sure that our technician leaves the customer site only after the training of the customers is done successfully. We also ask the customer to do one printing job by themselves, and our technical team and technician engineering team can review the same. So once they are confident enough, only then our technician leaves the site. We also provide training at our facility. We have our own, product showroom and display and training center in our factory in Mumbai. So based on the customer needs, we can tailor make and customize some program, and then we can initiate the training process. So that was regarding that. And as you rightly said, the industry trend is moving towards automation and robotics. We are also developing industry 4.0 custom solution. So this will be more for so there it will be serving two purposes. One of them will be for management production reporting system. So the printing shop manager would be able to overlook all the processes from anywhere across the world. So if he's not, at the factory and somewhere else, he will still be able to view what's happening on the machines because it will be a cloud-based solution. And the second one will be for remote troubleshoot. So for instance, customer machine is down. Our team can take a remote access of those machines and try to remotely solve and serve the customers' machines and try to solve the problems. So these are two big projects that we are working on. We are already doing beta testing for them. And once it is available for customers, we will inform you all.
All right, thank you, Muchi.
Okay, Ashley. Yeah, there is another question. They said the maintenance mode on the machine is key. How many times can one as an operator bypass this mode before the machine shuts down?
Right. So as I showed in my presentation, the first reminder will be coming after 100,000 prints. Now, if the customer chooses to ignore it and choose later, the machine will now remind them again after 10,000 prints. Now he can choose to do this for up to 3 times. And even after that, if he ignores it, the machine will shut off, and then he will have no option than to do the maintenance and then start the machine.
Right. So this is foolproof. I'm sure the Nigerian operator will always say just continue. And at the point in time they can't continue. So it's better to maintain the machine before it breaks down. Okay, I have a question here that says yeah, exactly. Why is M&R Global investing so much in screen printing? Is screen printing not dying?
Right. So that's a great question, Akin. And I think screen printing industry is not dying. If you see over all these years, the trend of digital is definitely increasing. But then I think screen printing will always coexist along with different technologies. If you see M&R came up with digital squeegee, that is not a standalone digital technology. Because for mass production, you will always need screen printing technology. But if in order to get good results and lower operating costs, it will try to coexist with the digital technologies. So screen printing will remain forever, but it will always find its own ways of coexisting.
Okay.
Someone asked now, what about your after-sales support? You talked about trying to develop a software for remote support, but is there any on-site after-sales support for M&R?
Sorry, we didn't get your question.
Can you repeat the question? We didn't completely understand it.
Okay, the question is about after-sales support. How does it work?
So we have a full-fledged team of 60, 70 technicians with us at DCC. We can send a technical team for training while installation. In fact, since you are our distributor, your team also will be trained for the same. And we are available for remote support 24/7. So we have a email ID and a contact number on which the customers can, it's like a hotline number. They can call it anytime and our team will be there available for support. So service has always been our number one strength, and we firmly believe that it will help to, increase the sales.
Super. I believe that's also showing in the fact that in 3 years, there are already 750 machines
So
on the field, sold and running. Nobody buys
that's quite
equipment. Yeah,
impressive.
nobody buys equipment that doesn't run. So that's
Even
fine.
as on today, our 4 engineers are in US and 3 of them in Europe. So we have our own Indian engineers who are well equipped and well trained. They are in different part of the countries and serving the customers only.
Right, super. Very soon we will have very, very good and technical engineers
Yes,
also
we have
in
full
Nigeria.
focus on Africa and through you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, to take care of the African region. Okay, so I have one more question. I don't know if anybody still has questions. Please send them in. But I have one question that says, do you have more? I mean,
Okay.
none anymore. Okay. So I think this is the last one. It says, every technology has a disadvantage. What are the disadvantages of M&R Global machines?
Good question, Akin. The only disadvantage would be that our machines are very highly technological and highly advanced. So I think it's not, I mean, I wouldn't
That's
say
not a
that.
disadvantage.
So once the operator is able to learn the programs, and I'm sure it will be in his favor. And I don't think there are any disadvantages in specific, because what we've tried to do is based on feedbacks from different customers and from different brands of machines. We've tried to build up from there. So we've tried to address all those concerns, but in case customer has more feedback, we are always here to listen and try to make changes to the machines if needed.
And also, Akin, there were disadvantages earlier where we have worked upon those. Like there were limitations of printing of colors. Like earlier, we used to print only 4 colors, 6 color. As on today, we can go up to 24 colors. There were only limitations of speed of printing, like 500 pieces or 600 pieces. As on today, we can print 1200 pieces in an hour. Earlier, there were limitations of size. Now we have come up with a new machine which can print 80 by 120 centimeters. That huge, that big. So the limitations were always there, but we are planning to overcome that and build up a technology to be sustainable in screen printing for a very long time to come.
To be honest, I like the Indian and Nigerian spirits. We're never dying. So you ask an Indian man what the disadvantages are, he gives you a lot of advantages.
A lot of advantages.
All right. Someone is asking, do they have semi-automatic screen printing machines? Semi-automatic.
No, we used to do semi-automatic printing machines in the past, but currently we do not offer any semi-automatic printing machines.
Yeah, so basically, I think that personally, I think that it should either be manual or automatic. Because yeah. Okay, so if there are no more questions, let's just wait for 1 more minute to see if there are more questions. Do you have anything?
No. That's all it does.
Okay, I don't see any more questions here.
None on the phone as well.
All right, I don't see any more questions here. So I know that we're all busy people, and we just want to thank you for this time. And I just want to say a short story to close this session.
They've already answered the price of the machine. So we have to know. They have to know your specification. They will get back to you on price.
Okay, Mr. Akinola Emmanuel is asking what the price of the machines are. There are so many machines. We have to know which one to be able to give a price. We can connect after this to know what the needs are, and then we can advise on pricing. Okay, so I want to tell a short story and then we can close, because at the last FESPA, I was at the last exhibition, and at this exhibition, a director in M&R USA saw me and said, "Oh, I've been looking for you." And then he said, "Oh, come on, let me take you to some guys." And then he took me to these DCC guys and said, "Oh, we have a collaboration with a company in India to produce equipment, and I want to hand you to them basically because their equipment are better priced for your African region, for your markets." And I was amazed that the prices are quite reasonable. And then apart from the prices, the technology, you guys know I'm also technical. So the technology is also very, very, very deep. In fact, as a matter of fact, I saw one of the technology that you guys took over from M&R, and then you changed it totally and made it better, and then threw it back to M&R, and everyone in M&R was going, wow, what happened? Do you want to just tell us a bit about that particular technology? And then we can round up.
Right.
Okay, so do you want to tell us about that technology? I didn't get the one M&R gave a patent and then you repaired it. That's something to do with the rope connection around the machine when you disconnect.
Yes, so as you rightly said, we are doing a lot of collaboration with M&R team. We have daily and weekly meetings with their different departments, and there are a lot of features which M&R team asked us to. So they asked us to do a few changes in the machine in order to make it compatible with their machines. But there are a few features which they asked us to retain it because they loved those features. For instance, a few of them included the squeegee pressure equalizer system. So this is one of those features that they loved and asked us to retain it. Likewise, there are a lot of programs, the smart programs that I showed you, that the entire M&R team loved it. And in fact, now they are planning to, might as well add those programs to their machines, which is the M&R US machines. So that is a huge, huge thing for us.
So guys, no confusion. There is M&R US machines and there's M&R Global for us. M&R Global machine are also sold in the US and Europe and everywhere. And because it's ISO certified, it means that it can be sold. We can be assured of the quality. So basically, this equipment can run anywhere, but the advantage is that they're better priced. Mr. Akinola, I just replied you saying space requirement. He was asking what the space requirement for the machine is, but the space, the footprint of the machine will depend on the type of the machine. So the Mini will have a smaller footprint than another machine that has longer. And meanwhile, let's not close this session. If there are still questions, you can always pass your questions to Ask the Experts at tglobalng.com, and you will be sure to get an answer. Things we cannot answer, we pass to the team in India and get it on. Please, I have a final request before we go. Before we go, I have a final request. Is it possible for us to gather ourselves together here and come on a tour to India just to see the factory and to see how things work? And if we can see some customers running the machine, because in Nigeria, we believe that seeing is believing. So is it possible to have this kind of arrangement or if we gather ourselves together?
Absolutely, we would love to host the entire customer group. If you like, Akin, we can, internally we can decide a date and we can, help you with all the arrangements. We can do a comprehensive tour where we can give the information on the machine, show our factory, the processes involved. In fact, we can also do some printing trials, and then we can take some time off, with the entire customer group. So happy to host it. Just let us know the dates and let's try to, build some event around it.
When is the best time to visit Mumbai?
I think right now it's monsoons, maybe October or after October?
After October. Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you.
If you have
thank you so
any,
much for your
dates
time.
in mind, if you have any dates in mind, then you can, let us know. We can try to, work around some similar dates. We are absolutely open to that.
Right. Okay. So what we decide to do is we have the email of everybody on this platform right now, and then we will get back after this exhibition. I mean, after this open house, to see if we can arrange something to India. I think the best would be to arrange it to coincide with maybe an exhibition in India, so that people can attend the exhibition, and then afterwards we can stay back and see a factory tour, visit a customer for exchange program, exchange knowledge, and generally up our game, because here we need to be motivated to move to automatic machines. Otherwise, we have a lot of Sandras who wants to perform magics with manual machines. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much to the participants. Thank you for your time. I'm sure you take down one or two things, because my notes on my phone is full already. Taking notes and all that. Ashley, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. Mr. Vinay, thank you so much for answering the questions. I'm sure all the questions that will come in after now will send some to you that we couldn't answer. So don't switch off your phone, because definitely there'll be more questions coming in. Akin Odewale, thank you for your time. You're always on point. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we hope that next time that we call, you will be here with us as well. You just have to allow automation to be your wings on the journey to elevation, because we need to move on. Thank you.
It's time to level up. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.